Hey everyone, it's Scott Norris here from Virtual As Me. Now, today I'm just gonna doing a bit of a runoff from a blog post that I've done recently on blockchain, cryptocurrency, the hype in the real world. Just doing a bit of comparison there, and I thought, well, why not have a bit of fun? And what I've done here is we're gonna create a miner to mine cryptocurrency. Now, there's obviously plenty of different cryptocurrencies out there. Obviously, there's literally hundreds. Most of them are just there for hopefully a quick cash grab. But they've all used different algorithms. The Bitcoin uses SHA-256. You got Litecoin using Script. You've got Ethereum, which is actually Ether, as the coin using ETH. And you've got like Monero Coin and Bytecoin and that use Cryptonite. Now, Cryptonite is still very CPU friendly. So if you have enough CPUs in there, it's can compete with the top graphics cards in the market, and there's not that much of a gap between the two. So generally an 8-core machine can keep up with the top of the line video cards. Which isn't very much these days with the Ryzens and that giving people desktops with 8 cores. So if they're sitting there not doing anything, why not do it? But today what I've actually done is going to go to AWS. Now this could go to vSphere. I have uploaded all this to code.vmware, so you can actually download the blueprint. And I've got my blog post to it as well, in case you want to do some reading. But what I've done here, if we go to design, is I've actually created a software component. Now, I was a bit lazy and didn't really break it out too much. But you can see here I've got the Cryptonite software component. And in here I've got 3 properties. I've got the wallet address, which your coins go into. I've got the pool. So here I'm just going to use Nanopool. It's a pretty, run-of-the-mill, popular pool to use. And it's actually an Australian server that I've got set in here at the moment. And then we've got a worker. So these are just the default values that I've put in there. And you can, obviously, we've set these to overridable and also required. So, they've got all the information that we need, and people can change it in the blueprint. Now, the magic happens within the action section. And in here, in the actions, you can see I'm just using the first life cycle. Now, I could have broken this up, but look, this is just a bit of fun. It's not really a productionized system, so I just a bit lazy and just wrote it all in the one lot. If we go into here, we can see, I'm using a CentOS image. So again, the image that we use has got to be one that's been configured with the VRA agents. And this will work on vSphere or AWS. Now this is specifically rated to CentOS, and I install a bunch of the toolkits. I actually download the code from Git, the source, and then I compile it to make the actual miner itself. And then what I do is you run it first, and what it does is it actually prints out the CPU configuration that you need to put into a config.txt file. So this is essentially taking that output and putting in. So it doesn't matter if you spin up a 1-core machine or a 40-core machine, the miner is going to be configured correctly in any case. It adds it all in there, and then we set huge pages. And then I kick off the service. Now, not service, the process. Now I push this to the background so it just keeps running. In this instance, if you would restart the machine, it wouldn't come back up. And my idea was around that was this. I'm really just playing around here. And if you were going to restart it, you may as well just destroy it and reprovision a new one because it takes 5 minutes. So you go, okay, cool. That's what we've got there. Making changes. Then in the blueprints, we've got the Cryptonite miner, and we can see in here I'm using AWS machine. Now I'm actually using my own AMI here, which has got the agents and stuff set on it. I've selected all the instances that are available. I thought, why not? And then we've put the miner on there. Now in here, we've actually set to show these in request, so they show up when we want to request a machine. Now I've published that. I don't want to save. And we go to catalog. Now we've got this great cryptocurrency miner as a service here. And we can see I've got the Crypto Night miner. So I'm going to go ahead, and before I do that, let's look at the pool. This is under the account here, and I've got 3 miners there, and I've got the VRA Worker 01, which I did about a day ago for my actual blog. Now we're going to put in another name, and we're going to watch it come back in there in the end. So okay, we'll go back to here, set the machine. So I'll go right. No, we goes commute optimize 8 core, and I just want 1 instance. And then what I want here is I'll leave the wallet worker, and we'll make this something else. So we'll go VRA Worker AWS 8 core. That'll do. Oh, how about we just remove that altogether and just go AWS 8 core. We hit submit, and that'll go off and deploy. There you go. Ooh, in progress. So that will go through. Okay, so that's finished there, and we can see the logs. We can see, you know, grabbing all the dependencies, downloading everything that it needs to, and then it does the building and compiling. And that's because I picked an 8 core machine. That's what I grab out and throw into the configuration file. So that looks to be going good. Let's move on over to the pool and refresh. And there we have the AWS core. You can see it's 630 hashes. And you can see these 2 boxes here are actually GPUs, and it's comparable. Not saying that it's worth the money that you pay for this AWS instance, but you know, in doing spot instances, or maybe you just got spare lab capacity, you know, want to earn $1 or 2. Anyway, that's all. So I thought I'd show, bit of fun, and yeah, enjoy. Cheers, bye.